Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sanchez back again, looking at MetaTrader 4 for Android. Go ahead trading in the Forex market. This video is gonna be talking about when to know when to exit the market. Okay, so right now we're looking at USD versus the Canadian versus CAD, right? H4 time frame. As you guys can tell, this is where I do all of my current trading analysis, if you will, if you wanted to title it anything. But I do a lot of my charting on 4 hour. That's the bread and butter for me. Everything else is more or less influence or other, additional confirmations, whatever. That's what the other time frames for. But the meat and butter for me, as far as trading is concerned, is at the H4 level. Okay. So as you guys can see here, what I did is I went ahead and just now drew a upwards trend line. That's going to be this guy right here, this green one. Okay, so this guy is my upward trend line. I didn't have that initially. Initially, what I have is, looks like I got as I always do, it looks like a pitchfork is coming from somewhere. Okay. I don't know if I made that pitchfork with my daily or my weekly. Coulda did either or, to be honest. But nonetheless, what do we have here? Okay, on the daily chart, I didn't really do too much. I think I just drew the pitchfork on the daily, and then everything else is from the 4 hour. So looking at the 4 hour, we got our 200 MA. We got price action above the 200 MA. Whenever that means that means it's a uptrend. Okay. So as we can see, it's kind of starting to level out, but nonetheless still in an upward trend momentum. And if we zoom out, we can see that that's evident. Price is above the 200. We are in an uptrend, but as you can tell, we've kind of been in an uptrend for a while. Okay, so once we're in an uptrend for a long period of time, you want to go ahead and start checking out what's the next move up. You know what I mean? So right now I got a trend line up there. It looks like it's coming from the top. Yeah, so let me go to the weekly. Yeah, we can see that I have a trend line on the weekly that's going downwards. Okay, so that's why I sold up there initially, because price at the time was way up there, by my downtrend. So I said, okay, it's a good time to buy sell because we sell at resistance. So my downtrend line acts as resistance when price is below it. When price is below my downtrend, that represents resistance. Okay, so I sold up there. And then I sold again down there at the second 15. So if we go ahead and go to the H4, or now we go down to the daily, you can see we were at what? We were at my pitchfork on a daily. At the time that I entered, we were at the weekly pitchfork. Okay. Not only that, so what our pitchfork shows us is these lines right here. And then this one too. You can see those two on the weekly or on a daily chart, but the weekly pitchfork, or it may have been the daily pitchfork. You know what? We can kind of find out right now. Let me check. Can I hold it? Yeah, weekly W1. So weekly time frame was that pitchfork. So that's a perfect time to sell when it was at that level. Not only was it at the level of the pitchfork on the uptrend pitchfork. Look at that, uptrend pitchfork means downtrend trend line. Boom, perfect time. You couldn't ask for a better time to sell. Okay, so now we're down at our next level, which is where we're at right now. Where price is at right now. It's gonna go ahead and start dancing and doing its thing. Well, why it does that, I'm gonna go ahead and cash out. I'm gonna do it right now in real time. So we're gonna go ahead and go down to the 4 hour. See if there's any other reasons to stay in the trade or to exit the trade. Okay, so I see that on the 4 hour I have a upward trend. Boom, there it is. Okay. So I don't know if we're about to go into reversal. Maybe it's going to continue. Maybe we're about to start a consolidation. But either way, we have met our upward trend. Okay, we sold up at the top. We're going to close out right here at the bottom. Perfect timing. So go ahead and go to that trade, USD CAD. And how much did I make on USD CAD today? It looks like a swap chart, so I've probably been holding for a while. I'm not too sure when I entered exactly, but we're at $67, 68 basically. So let's go ahead and close that out. Boom. If I go to my bank, I can cash out that money right now. I had another entry. Go ahead and close that out. Boom. I can go to my bank right now and go grab that money. Okay. So this is what I've made. Let's go to today. 613, 218. You guys see that? 613, 218. That's today. What I've made in the past 24 hours is this much. 414. I made $414 today by doing this. By showing exactly you guys what I'm doing right now. So there we go. 67 plus 15. 15 plus 65 is going to be 80. So $82 on that trade. Simply by my cell phone. That may not be a lot to you guys, but just by doing it on my cell phone, I'm pretty proud of that. Alright, now you can see that I have some trades in some red. I'm not really tripping. I can check on these. GJ, I'm always in fucking red because this pair hates my guts. But you can see here again, I have my upward trend and then it met my downward pitchfork. I entered very early, as you guys can tell. I'm still learning. Every day we're learning. I'm getting better. Learning experience every time. So I pulled the trigger quite early. I'm holding it though. I think we are going to continue downwards. That's just my theory, because that's just my theory. I think we're gonna go down again for a double top. You know what? I'm not too sure though. You know, anything can fucking happen in this market. Yeah, anything could happen because it can come up to that next pitchfork. We do have a downtrend coming though right here. I do see that small one. Probably if we go from here to here. So, boom. Grab this guy. Oh. So there you go. Yeah, we're right at it. There you go. I based that off of the wicks. Okay. Identify them for you guys. This wick hit it. This wick hit it. This wick hit it. So I got 3 wicks hitting it. That's a pretty good count for me to respect it. So that's why I drew it. And then if you look over here, this wick hit it and this wick hit it. So remember guys how I draw my wicks. Since Cheesy draws his wicks based on touches from both sides. So we got wick touching from the downside and wick touching from the upside. That signifies a strong zone. Okay? When you get hit from both sides. Okay? So we do got that downtrend versus that uptrend. I'm not too sure where this is going to go. I got my stop loss in case it goes that high. If I take a stop loss, take a stop loss. It is what it is. It looks like apparently recently I've been doing like 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio win to loss, just because I haven't really learned how to hold on to a trade just yet. But yeah, guys, that was that. I was showing you USD CAD. Right now I'm in NZD CAD. I kind of went ballsy with the. Yeah, I think that boy's coming down. It's just playing with me. So I think that's still coming down. Yeah. Actually, I should probably remove my take profit. It came up to the 50% on a daily retracement. So I think that boy's coming down. Look how many high wicks there. Somebody's trying to get those guys out. I think where my take profit is good because you see my 200 MA starting to go the other direction. So we might get it dropped down to the we might do something like this on a. I'm calling this right now. We might drop down to the 78 and then start continuing our uptrend. Come up to the 0, retrace to the 23, continue up. And that push, that push will be the bigger push overall for this guy going up. So you see how I got pushes in the red that equals one push for the blue? That's your time frame. So like basically my weekly will be the blue and my daily is the red. There's pushes within the pushes. Okay? So there's a quick lesson. I hope you guys learned something. Peace out.